Hello everyone and welcome back to another Minecraft update video. We are on Minecraft.net checking out the article for Snapshot 18w47a, and as you'll see there is not too much information listed here about this snapshot. There is the new Pillager Outpost building though, which we've seen up the top here, and I've checked this out in game. It looks really cool. We're going to go jump into the game and check out the new things real soon. But first of all, I wanted to show you the raids part right here because the bullet points are not clear and precise. They're kind of like hints. So later on in this video, we are going to go and kill an illager wearing the banner on its back and see what happens, as it's going to summon some sort of bad omen, which I've got a feeling will be the illager beast, but we're going to check that out for sure. But first of all, we're going to jump into the game and check out the Pillager Outpost. Here it is in all its glory. It is a rather large structure. You will probably spot this from quite far away. And up the top here, you'll notice that there is a chest. You can open this up and get some goodies. We're going to check out the loot table for that in a moment to find exactly what you can get. And overall, I'd say the build here is alright. It's pretty average looking for a Minecraft build. However, there is a little bit of mossy cobble getting thrown in with the cobble to randomize it, which is quite a nice little detail to see in the default Minecraft builds, as they are usually very blocky and here for players to improve upon. Down here though, you'll see there's an additional structure, some sort of cage, and this seems to appear alongside this building. And then over in this area you will see that we have a couple of these little scarecrow-like structures. Now, notice how all the pillagers are staying in the same place. That's because I'm in spectator mode. They will all start to freely move around once I go into creative mode. And these actually all spawned in this area when I teleported here to find this structure, which you can locate by using this command. So if I press tab a bunch of times, there it is, Pillager Outpost. So you can use that command to find these in your world if you want to check them out in creative, and I will go have a look at a couple more just to see if there's any other things we need to learn about them. Here is the second of these outposts that I found, and before our eyes we see a group of these things spawn over there on the left. I saw a group spawn over there on the right, and that probably means that they can spawn in this area, and maybe you can make a farm out of them. Wow, glad we saw that on camera together. Well, the thing that I wanted to point out over here is that there is a different type of structure at this one. As you can see, a really cool little humble tent has been put up. This structure was also 3,500 blocks away from the last one that I found, and I will continue to search for more so we can figure out roughly how rare they could be. As you can see, this one's got some brown mushrooms on the top of it, and what we didn't do last time was actually walk through here. The interiors are pretty plain and dull. There's not a lot going on here, and then there is like a basement area as well, but no other decorations or really any reason to come inside of the building. We are at our third structure now, and the spawning of the pillagers is pretty crazy. When I first teleported here, there wasn't so many, and then I saw them popping into existence, so I hit record. And once again, this one is around 3,500 blocks away from the last one, and this one only had one structure. However, as you can see, the structure has an iron golem inside of it this time. This is the fourth structure that I visited, and it was around 3,000 blocks away from the last. There are also no additional structures, and I thought I should mention in the patch notes, it says that it takes advantage of this jigsaw block to generate these into the world, and I do believe this block has something to do with chaining different structures together. And so we can have a little look at the jigsaw block, as I have extracted the structure files for the Pillager Outpost from the game and put some of them into this world. This first structure is called base plate, and you can see that there are some jigsaw blocks inside of it. Now, I don't really understand fully what's going on here. There are target pools, attachment types, and things that it turns into. But this one right here attaches to something called features plates. So if I go over to this structure, that's what this one is. And as you can see, it's just a large empty area with more of these jigsaw blocks. So I believe that there is some sort of logic going on here to randomize the structures that appear around the outside, as once again that one relates to the features plate. This one over here just says empty, and I believe one of them says structures or features. I'm not sure. There's a lot of these blocks and a lot to remember. But these ones over here have names that give away what they are. This one is Feature Cage 1, And around it you can see are these blocks again, but they always just have this same thing right here. Turns into air, which is a little bit strange. One of the things that I did notice when we were checking out these structures is occasionally on the corner there would be a block missing like that in the ground. And I saw that a couple of times. One of the things that we didn't see was this right here. So there is going to be like a bunch of logs lying down on the ground. That's one of the other things you'll see. These are actually targets for shooting with your arrow, which kind of makes sense. And then we've got the two types of tent over here. The Watchtower itself fits inside of a single structure file. There is also an overgrown one as well, but I believe what is happening here is that it takes the cobblestone and the vines of the overgrown one and it randomizes them into this one right here, as we've seen a mix of those materials on this structure, and the default one is simply just cobblestone. We're almost done with this structure now. It's time to check out the raids, but before we go, two things to mention. One is that these structures spawn in the same biomes that villages spawn in, and the other thing to mention is the loot table. So you have about a half a chance of getting a crossbow with each chest you find. There's only one in this structure. There's a very low chance of getting a randomly enchanted book, and then more commonly you will find some of these types of items in the chest. So my friends, it is time to check out what is going on with these raids. We have some cryptic clues over here. If you find an illager wearing a banner on its head, be careful not to kill it. If you do kill it, you might find yourself facing a bad omen. Unfortunately for me, I've been exploring this world, flying around, and not been able to find an illager with a banner. I believe they are much rarer now, but I did check out what effects we have. And there is a new one added called Bad Omen. So when you kill this mob, it's actually going to give you a status effect. And I would really like to know how long that lasts for, because maybe it only lasts for several amounts of minutes for you to get to the village and trigger the raid. So let's set this thing to last for 30 seconds. And on the right hand side of the screen, you can actually see the Bad Omen icon right there. That's really cool. So now, when I walk into this village, we should trigger the raid. And that just ran out way quicker than it should have done, right? I've got strength resistance and saturation over here, so we should be absolutely fine. But it doesn't look like the raid event is actually happening. Okay, this is what I expected to see. We now have a boss bar on the top of the screen. And interesting things are going to happen, but we've got to suss out where the villagers, the illagers and pillagers even, are coming from. Okay, we have a couple right here. Interesting. Just two of them. I don't know where they... Okay, there's one there who's just wandered in. So we have some pillagers here. They hit really hard, and I'm supposed to have resistance 255. And I do have strength 255, so we're killing them one hit. In theory, they shouldn't do any damage to me. Maybe there's something bugged out about resistance. So, whoa, you hit hard. Yeah, they popped out of nowhere. They just appeared inside of this building. And as you can see up the top, there's a new feature on the boss battle bar there. It's telling us how many mobs are remaining. Now, I don't know if that is a feature in terms of it actually having a count, or if they've just programmed some text to tell you how many are actually left, but either of those are cool things that you can do with these commands. So I guess there are two more villagers, or sorry, illagers or pillagers, and I found one of them, so let's clear them out. This entire time I've been recording, I keep saying illager when I mean to say vindicator. Anyway, I can't locate a vindicator, an illager, or an illager beast. I thought the illager beast might be the last one to find, and I've been using this little technique right here to make them stand out, but it never finds anything. And I can't find the last mob in this raid either. So unfortunately this is a little bit bugged out. But overall, I think it's a pretty cool idea. And I do wonder if this would work, just putting one in. Oh, actually it counted upwards when I added it. Yes. Oh dear, so there is another one in the area, and I don't know what it is or where it is. Time for some extreme measures. I'm going to kill everything that isn't me, the player, in a 32 block radius. And it killed it, so it was something, and I don't know where it was. By the way, this was the very first structure that we visited for the Pillager Outpost. When I flew over here a second ago, there were no pillagers. They must have all despawned, and now they've started respawning again, which I believe means it is very much possible to make a farm here. There is actually probably a bounding box in this region. My friends, I have opened up the region file in MBT Explorer, located the Pillager Outpost and the information about it, and as you'll see here, we have the numbers for the bounding box location. And here inside of the game, I have created a glass roof at the top of that area and the bottom as well. So you can see the area in which the pillager mobs will be able to spawn. This is so very cool. So if you wanted to, you could build a perimeter here and technically farm the pillagers. So this might be our first emerald farm inside of Minecraft. Now, I'm not going to be making that today. It looks like it might be possible though. What I'm going to be showing you is some texture changes. Jasper says that he's changed the wood. The planks are definitely a little bit different, and I know that he's changed the oak log texture and the birch one as well. So make of that what you like. They look very similar to the last ones, and at this point I'm very settled with them as I've been playing and building with them on Hermitcraft. And last of all, I have some fantastic news. The winner of the cat competition was Good Times with Scar, so his cat Jelly is going to make it into the game, and Jasper has apparently already made a skin. Now, I tried to spawn in the next cat type into the game, and what it does is it creates an invisible cat. So let's spawn a few of them, and you can see their little shadows running around. So Scar's cat is not into the game just yet. Maybe we'll see it in the next snapshot. And that brings us to the end of this video. So if you enjoyed it, then leave a like. It makes a difference here on YouTube. As always, thank you so much for your support. It really is an honor and a privilege to make these videos and do what I do. And speaking of these crazy times of people playing games and streaming it over the internet, I'll be live streaming on twitch.tv/xisuma, working on yet another new community project on the Hermitcraft server. But that is it from me, this snapshot video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon with another one. Bye bye.